Yo, yo, yo. This is Thru Waterz in the mix. Back with another flick and another episode of, well, it being an episode of Blazing Through Works. It's just me chilling and that. Been out of the picture for a while, but man, needs a whole nother Sigma related solitude going through the process of boosting neurogenesis and a lot of other important shit whilst dealing with the world of labels and things. I just think tomorrow, but it's cool. It doesn't matter if I get a paper result or not. My opinion still stands with not letting labels turn one into something that makes one hide behind it, when they do stuff. Like, I'll never do that. The first label I get is my name only. And it begins with Reubben. Ruben, even before Thru Waterz. Everything else, I could pick and choose. Like, I chose my DJ name to become Thru Waterz for, reasons that I've explained already. If y'all don't remember, I probably would have to write a, short biography of how I got it. Who knows, but my name, like my original name, my government name, no. And I can even pick and choose my government name, but I prefer to stick to name that my mother and pops decided to give me. But yeah, quick short summary of things. So we're gonna talk about the Skepta and Joyner Lucas situation, two powerful lyricists from different countries. I'm personally from the UK, but it's a hard say because I don't want to dive in too much of having an opinion on who's going to come out on top as, with the, between the US and the UK. If I'm going to be well known or strive to be well known to a certain degree, it's going to be quite awkward because I'm really like, if I were to I feel, that's pretty much any fan. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got like D riders, but then you actually got like fans who are fans of a particular artist but still kind of critique them in their music, so whether it's good or bad, you know what I'm saying? But me, like, I'm an open, honest critic to like any music, don't matter what I'm repping. And by the way, I've been liking a lot of Johnny's music, earlier when he first came out with ADHD and I'm Not Racist and all that. But I'm not really too familiar with like his newer works. I mean, if he has newer works, but when he first came out, like I thought he was just like a dope lyricist. I guess maybe that's the reason why Skepta like called him out. You know what I'm saying? But I think the guy is like, but yeah, I think this guy's like hella lyrical. To be quite frank, and with the timeline so far of what's going on, Skepta was like more of a provoking thing, like. One of them old school Facebook posts that you do that is kind of like similar to doing a streak on Snapchat, I guess. But yeah, it was like that. It was just a light jab. I mean, I don't know. It's a jab, but I still get a feel like with like Skepta's send, yeah, I guess I could just do a little dance vibe to the song rather than actually hearing it as a diss per se. Like, I know the intention behind it. It is a friendly fire, and say, but even if it's a friendly fire, it's still kind of dancey. Like, yeah, it's still kind of dancey to me. I don't really hear like Skepta like going for like the juggler yet, understandably, because why it's called like friendly fire. But Joyner Lucas's response, now nobody cares. It's quite mid. Yeah, quite mid. Like, I was kind of disappointed in that. To be fair, well, not really disappointed. you know, I want to say disappointed like that. It was a little bit expected because of like, the Skepta thing, like, he called it a friendly fire, you know what I'm saying? So like he's not really going in as, as I feel that Skepta has, like, from his previous songs, like he has the ability to go in, but he just decided to send off like a friendly fire, at Johnny Lucas. Um, Pretty much like what's the word? Yeah, it's just like inaugurating like an honorable spa or something. Um, but yeah, like the Johnny Lucas thing was quite mid, like yeah, um, bit mediocre. Nobody cares and all that. Um, yeah, I mean, in some ways you do because like you care to respond, so you could have decided not to respond. But anyways, there's also he might be leading the way for like other US rappers to hop on, and then eventually they might care to respond to the UK artists. So yeah, um, Joey Lucas, you obviously care. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Um, but Ambush's one was quite fire. It was quite fire. I might need to hear it again, but I feel like when I heard it like first time, Ambush's one was quite fire still. And there's other posts on Instagram where Scorcher, I think it was Scorcher, but there was like a few brothers there, but like they like killed it, bro. I think it was him and a few other guys. I think they were in a booth together, but I saw the post on Instagram, but they killed it, bro. They killed it. If that was like a center to the US band, then boy. But in hindsight though, I feel a little funny about this whole topic still because like the culture is different. Hip hop, grime, like the culture is different. A lot of the US people saying that grime and garage actually came from hip hop, which yeah, I don't know about that one still. I don't know about grime and garage coming from hip hop. Maybe like the rapping elements. Like hip hop was obviously like the rapping elements of hip hop has gone longer than the grime rapping elements, of course, but yeah, like yeah, I feel like American, yeah, I don't know, because garage and grime is like a mix of like other things as well, not just the rapping elements of hip hop, But I don't know about that. The fans will have to ask Wiley to confirm that, but I don't know about that. But yeah, and also as well, I feel that grime is just what it is, just a separate culture to hip hop with significantly, as I said, different elements. Grime actually came from garage. Garage came from jungle and a bit of garage house, which in turn originated, funny enough, in the United States, and then it became popular around here. But the point is, just because hip hop and grime both incorporated the rapping elements doesn't mean the culture is similar. Because people forgetting that hip hop is actually a culture, and yeah, and it's not just always about the rapping. There's like the graffiti, there's the MC, and there's the disc jockeying. You know what I'm saying? Like it's an actual culture. Same way as grime, garage is also a culture as well. You know. By the way, like I feel that it would be better and much more of a challenge if the US people will rhyme over grime beats and the UK will rhyme over hip hop, trap, underground, like mainstream beats. Like I don't care. It would be more of a challenge if they actually did a swap in beats. literally beat each other at their own game. That I feel that would be fucking interesting. That would be way more fucking interesting. Like I feel like if Skepta continues to, or any other like grime artist continues to rhyme over a rap beat, this in the US, and the US continues to rhyme over a hip hop trap beat, this in the UK, it's just like, yeah, it feels it's gonna be a little bit static. You know, the whole idea is gonna be just static, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but yeah, like I reckon that it will just be um more interesting and yeah, and more creative as well, because that's the whole point. The more creative, um, for the UK artists to do a swap over the US artists in terms of like beats, you know what I mean? Just rhyming over like their beats. And yeah, like, and I feel that it'd be much more interesting to see. And hip hop, you think of legendary rappers like Eric B and Rakim, KOS One, LL Cool J, Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, Dilated Peoples, Jedi Tricks, and there's like that particular underground, old school boom bap stuff, and trap is more like T.I., Young Jeezy, Migos, um, Rick Ross, Machine Gun Kelly, and um, yeah, and you got like the crunk um sort of era, like in the 2000s, um, Lil Jon and all that, East Coast 2000 East Coast rap like Jules Santana and Cameron, Jim Jones, and like yeah, and like modern boom bap, J. Cole, Kendrick, Planet Asia, like even Russ, like after his mainstream run is like boom bap now. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the UK battling the US, like it's like the UK, they actually got an advantage if they actually, pick the beats of the US. Like they got like a whole range of options of what they want to choose. You know what I mean? And it will still be relevant because, a lot of, as far as I know, a lot of consumers play a lot of like US related music, old school hip hop music, you know what I'm saying? Like that's still being played today. 90s hip hop has been played today. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and even some rare cases, 80s hip hop, you know, is being played today. Like the US, I believe they will have to like rhyme over a trip hop sort of beat, which is an influence of hip hop to an extent, but again, like the elements and the culture of trip hop between trip hop and hip hop is different ish, and in some ways, like trip hop is quite experimental as well. So I feel that with a lot of like US, not really a lot of, but like I would say, yeah, I would say like pretty much half and half of the US artists may not know how to like rhyme on a trip hop beat, because yeah, it's just like widely experimental as well. It's got like wide experimental elements in it, with like Massive Attack and Eamon Tobin and Hexstatic, um Finger Thing, but yeah. But yeah, like if not, there's like grime, garage, UK house, like all these like array of options, that is like more mainstream than trip hop. The US can choose to rhyme over those. Like I feel that it'll become more interesting. It'll get like other MCs intrigued to know, especially if they were the ones that rapped on it originally. But that's just an idea. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like kind of hard to explain. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just an idea. I think that at least both cultures will definitely profit out of both US fans and UK fans alike, and not just them, pretty much like the whole world that's tuned in. Um, for example, like have Skepta rhyme on Nas Ether beat. You know how big Nas's Ether was. Between Nas and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You know how big that diss was. Still one of like the bestest ever. Literally, like, I mean, like, I'm literally like came for the underdogs, but you know, but even though I came for the underdogs, I still know that Nas Ether is like one of the best like beats, and this is out there. Like Skepta, rhyming on the Ether beat. Yo, I would love to hear that from Skepta if he rhymed on the Ether beat. I don't know, like Joyner Lucas rhyme over a more fire, old school more fire crew Oi beat. Like I don't know, like it'll be cool. Like DWE rhyming on Hit 'Em Up, Tupac, Eminem if he joins him rhyming on DW Street Fighter, like an actual clash and a crossover between two different cultural universes. So yeah, that's my take, and yeah, like you know, yeah, that's just my idea in it. But anyways, yes, EP released. You'll be able to see it up on most major stream platforms in a couple of weeks. It's going through, the inspections, making sure that everything is legit like that. Like, what's not in my music. But yeah, the title was called The After Effects, also known as A Glitchy Warzone Story. It's an EP with 5 songs, one of them being an instrumental for me to keep that producer tag higher than I'm rapping. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty much of a half and half vocal album. And I say once I release it, even though, yeah, people say like, oh, it's so lazy, why don't you add vocals involved? But, I guarantee, like, I'm more of like a storyline guy when it comes to fit, like track lists together. You know what I mean? I'm more of like a timeline guy. So it's not just like an all like random like track lists, you know what I'm saying? Just like my Northwestern Cowboy album, but it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a producer first. And yeah, it's my work. So enjoy it as soon as it's out. The sounds will completely blow your mind, glitchy as fuck, but you'll love it. And yeah, I feel like that's gonna be my lane. Like that's me taking my genre splash up to a whole new level. I think I might refine the name again a bit though. Maybe like Splash Town Music. Yeah, Splash Town Music. That sounds dope. And the subgenre, the first ever subgenre that I make of Splash Town Music would be Super Glitch Shine Music. Damn, that actually sounds like when I said it still, isn't it? Yeah, Super Glitch Shine Music. Yeah, Super Glitch Shine Music. Yeah. And it's progressive as well. The EP that I made with the songs on there is pretty much progressive, a bit like Kanye West production, in some of his projects. So yeah, literally when it comes out, give your own discernment whether it pops or flops, But anyways, it's through. Signing out. Peace. Let me know what you think of this video. Ta-da.